As far as the gentrification is concerned in North Philadelphia, it is what it is. Student housing, a lot of changes that's being implemented. I mean, right now it's 2015. It's cold. Not very the best day weather-wise to be doing this. But
you guys keep going.
There's couple of particular things that I just wanted to point out and show. You know, just to the world, if not locally. You know, maybe open up the minds of individuals who may have an opportunity, if not a dime or the time to help with these initiatives. Currently, I've been involved with the after-school program at the Church of the Advocate, the ACE. It's coined the ACE program. It's advocate community. It's an educational and engagement piece for our youth. And what we're doing is, after school, up until maybe about 5 p.m., just have some people come out and mentor, tutor, and help the youth, so on and so forth, with their endeavors. And we do a basketball team practicing. And then we give them a meal about 8 p.m. A lot of times they're out in the streets from after school up until the wee hours, 9, 10 o'clock, so we give them something to eat before they go home. But with that being said, man, it's a beautiful thing, and to have 40+ youth come out, man, that's just monumental. And it also tells me that there's no place for them to go. Ordinarily, they'd be on the streets. But when we talk about gentrification, you notice in some areas you have public drinking and things of that nature. Well, in some areas you have VFWs and places. A lot of those guys that's out there public drinking, they actually have citations and get ruffled up by the cops and all that kind of stuff, because they don't have a venue or place to go just to congregate amongst themselves. A lot of those guys are veterans, or children of veterans, and so on and so forth. But back to the youth, I mean, there's a lot of crime. A lot of the police brutality we talk about right now, I mean, they don't really have a place for themselves. And at the church right there, what we do is we actually provide a venue for them. But there's some of the things that I just wanted to show, because I grew up in this neighborhood. Like I said, last time I was with Harry, talk about me growing up in some of the neighborhood churches. I went to camp as a youth in each one of these churches. I went to camp at the Berean Church up on Broad and Diamond. Actually, my mother was married at that church. This right here was a church. This was a Mennonite church. I went to camp here. Church of the Advocate used to do plenty of things there. Jones Tabernacle, AME, I did plenty of things there as a youth. Right now, I'm with the Nation of Islam. That's my spiritual piece. A follower of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, by the guidance and leadership of the Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm most proud of that. And right now I'm just trying to do the work, helping, giving back. I myself, I was a bad guy. I was a drug dealer, a thief. I did a, womanizer, almost, sometimes I tell people, what Brother Malcolm said. He said, if you're talking about crime, prison, you're talking about girls, drugs, you got to find another stick, because I don't feel that stick. You know what I mean? It's not pride. I'm not proud about it. It's just that, I mean, sometimes when you grow up in areas like this, it's right there, smack dab in your face. It's kind of no avoiding it. Media and everything kind of has like an attraction to it. But as I've grown, I kind of strayed away from it, try to do some positive things and be the example. That's one of the most powerful things I saw in electing President Obama. President Obama was the fact that you could be the change that you wanted to see. That was most inspirational in that. To see that was what he represents. No matter what he does or doesn't do, it's just what he represents. But with that being said, I just wanted to show you an area over here at the bottom of this schoolyard. This is my childhood elementary school. I went to this school, Tanner G. Duckery. I started this 2nd grade. Pre-K, kindergarten, and 1st grade, I was in a I was in a Catholic school, which is just beyond, used to be just beyond Broad Street. It's no longer there. It was a Catholic church on the corner as well. It used to be there. Our Lady of Mercy is no longer there. There's a Rite Aid there. That's another part of gentrification. It tells you how the neighborhood has changed. I'm 30. I just turned 37 yesterday, January 9th.
Happy birthday.
Oh man, thank you. You know, just some of the changes that I've seen in this community is just surreal. But with that being said, on a day like this, I mean, you would normally see some trash around, but it's a great thing that we don't see it. I mean, that's a beautiful piece. Well, what I wanted to show you is this site right here, and I want to talk to some people in the city of Philadelphia. From what I understand, that the city owns maybe this actual tennis court that's been unoccupied or uninhabited. It has not been in use for over 20 years. And what I want to do is be influential and help bring about a piece here. We can do greenhouse, aquaponics, and we're going to build it. I believe we're going to get it done. And what we're going to do is put a greenhouse here, some other things that we can do, education, and show how urban garden and farming is important and can be used in the inner cities as an educational piece. At the end of the day, when you talk about gardening, agriculture, education is all in it. You got the mathematics, you have the sciences, you have the social studies, you have the interaction, the creativity. It's all of that's right in there. And at the end of the day, if you ask the average child where food comes from, they'll tell you it comes from the store. And if you look at neighborhoods such as this, it's coming from what they call the poppy stores or something like that, or just the Chinese stores. Or sometimes, if the Chinese stores or something like that don't open, a lot of these people wouldn't get. A lot of our people would not get a meal or something to eat, and that's severe. That's very severe. But we can walk through. I don't know the actual measurement of this particular land space right here, but I think we can use this space. I know we can use this space. There could be definitely, if we could, I'm not afraid of partnering up. I don't, tell you the truth, I don't have a dime, but I've got the idea, I've got the time, I've got the attitude, and I have the will. And we can get it done. We do it right here on this land. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's owned by the city of Philadelphia. We can do something with the local representatives for this area, state, city, all of the people involved that care for this community and has the opportunity to make something happen. We can do it right here on this particular land. I don't know who owns this particular piece beyond this fence over here, but I think I'm most certain that the city of Philadelphia has ownership, and we can do something right here, you know. As a youth, growing up here, it used to be a nice congregating place. They used to have boxing matches right here, a whole bunch of stuff, carnivals, so on and so forth. Basketball games and all that stuff used to be over here, man. This was a place to be growing up. Right now, it's deserted. I don't even think these lights come on at night. But we can do something. Right now, I'm an apprentice as an electrician. We can do something, man. We can do some solar, something, man. We can do all that and light this place up, and it could be something for the individuals who are still in the community and still, you know, have the opportunity to live here, can afford to live here, and so on and so forth. Actually, I happen to own a piece of property down here that I'm not really able to sustain financially. It's actually probably up for sheriff's sale or whatever. I might be exposing myself right now. Somebody might want to come get me, but you know, I'm even willing to, you know, donate that and make I mean, it kind of looks like an alley street, but we can do something for it. It's actually, the street is called Mole Street. Man, you know, I've been around here most of my life, man, and well, all of my life, and you know, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. God willing, man, we can make some changes. You know, I'm down for the crown. You know, and I don't even want the crown on my head. You know, just bring the crown back to us. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, when I was growing up, if you can see on that street sign right there, there's a symbol. We can show you that. And it says Susquehanna Business District. There's two hands shaking. One hand looks like it has has color. I don't know what that was representing. I was a youth when they put these signs up. But it was something that I just noticed. And growing up, a lot of deserted businesses down here and things of that nature. You can see that it says Susquehanna Business District or something like that, community partnership. But when I was growing up, most of the businesses down here were black owned. I had one or two Caucasian business owners or whatever. You know, and right now it's just it seems to actually have you know, just you know, it's changed hands so many times. With that being said, we have a neighborhood right here that's, you know, it has a lot of value. I mean, there's people here, and we can really do some things, man, and take things to the next level.
Any questions, Brother Mike?
Yeah. Any questions?
No questions at the moment. I think what we have here is a diamond in the rough. Yeah. And we pull together. You can probably do something with it. I do know there are some federal laws concerning urban gardening that were instituted in World War II.
Wow.
And there's a set aside so that there's an obligation for them to let us use some of these lands.
Wow. Wow.
So we're going to push that and make that happen.
Well, you're more than know than I am, man. And at the end of the day, if we can get as much funding and put that into use, you know, because I know some people who's willing and able to put the initiative and thrust forward. You know, right. Philadelphia, right now, as far as I've known, that it's one of the impoverished cities around.
Right.
Hungriest urban cities around right now, man. It's just.
Right. I think this is the 4th largest city and with one of the largest poverty populations in the country. So.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, actually, I wanted to take you past a location where this is just a. Last time I was over there, it was it just looked like it was disarray. They tore down a building right in between some homes, and it just looked discouraging. But actually, I used to volunteer, and sometimes when I had the time, I still go by and volunteer. They, you know, feed, you know, the neighborhood through a share program in Philabundance. A sister I know, and they have a food program. Her name is Miss Freddie. She has a daycare there, Little Africa Plus.
Okay.
But I wanted to show you that. Yeah.
A quick look at the property.
These neighborhoods. Oh yeah,
Mall Street property you were talking about.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, thank you.
But on some of these signs, the funny thing is, these signs have been up here so long, it's faded. And I was talking to someone who was like, "Wow, if you notice, the color faded from the hands, and all you see is look like 2 white hands shaking. But the funny thing is, when you come through here certain times of the day, all you see is a white face. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow. You know what I mean? You know, normally when I was growing up, you didn't see that at all. You know, but
things have changed since the I guess for you was the '70s, late '70s, early '80s.
Yeah, a lot has changed. Man.
You know, when I first came to Philadelphia, there were quite a few black corner stores. But what seemed to happen is that crime was coming in and people had chances to get jobs. So.
Right. When I was growing up, this right here, this was the guy had like a secondhand store or something. I forget the guy who had it or whatever. It was like a thrift store, you know what I mean, sort of place. You know what I mean? It was a couple of those. It was black owned, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just not here anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we can revive that, hopefully.
These buildings here, these buildings, a lot of this stuff made. Somebody might call this an alley street or whatever, but it's a street, you know?
It's a good location when you really think about it.
Yeah, it is. If I had some money, I could really fix up my property. I mean, but I don't have the money.
Well, maybe we can work together on it. We just started A&M building. Buildings.
Okay.
My daughter and myself, we finished one property.
Wow.
And creative will we'll be able to move on and do a couple more.
Yeah, as a child, I played, ran around here, all of that, man. It's just crazy. A lot of my neighbors, some of them have died off, moved on, so on and so forth. Some of them are still here. You know, I'm thankful they're still here, man, you know. Got some neighbors here. In the backs of their houses, some of these neighbors, they're still here, man. Yeah, it's funny. You know, and I've got, you know, it's trees. I mean, when I bought the house, it was, you know, in disarray. I mean, it was just, you know, and as time has grown on, you know, trees is just, actually, this is the property here. Right here. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, very good. kind of what's any kind of mechanical stuff inside? Or?
Nah, it ain't nothing. It's a shell. It's hollow. Ain't nothing.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to it. You know, it is. I mean, you know, it's something.
Right.
It's something. It's a start.
It's it's a good start.
Yeah.
Now, the house we just finished was basically a gut job too.
Okay.
Replace all the systems.
Yeah.
Reframe a lot of stuff. But it came out really nice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really crazy expensive to do. It did take a little time. It took us a couple of years to get it done, but it's just about finished now.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as I know, all these lots, if the neighbor wanted to buy a lot, I think it goes for $1.
Wow. Is that how they do it?
That's how they do it. And so if the neighbors don't know, somebody else is going to get that lot.
Yeah, well, from my understanding, I thought, you know, if you had a lot neighboring, you had first dibs or opportunity to put your bid onto it or whatever, however that worked out.
I believe it's like for $1. So that could be parking or maybe eventually rebuild something on it.
Yeah. And it's funny, a lot of times, you know, a lot of the natives around here, they kind of claim to...
Look at that. There's a lot of trash there.
Huh?
A lot of trash.
Restaurant? Oh, you
Right,
said
the
trash.
trash.
Yeah, trash.
Everybody's dumping in the back alley.
Yeah, how about it?
And then you see the little house over here is getting ready to come apart.
Yeah, oh man, the house is just...
Yeah, that looks pretty bad.
It's like how my face used to look, you know what I mean? Just mean face. Just grumpy. I call that a grumpy house.
Face. Okay, like grumpy cats, huh?
Yeah, it's a grumpy house. This was like a little play area.
I can see a piece of a wall. What was there before? Do you know?
No, the wall. It was like a little play area, like a little rec area. No, not a gazebo, just like a little play area. For children or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. But it was houses around here, you know what I mean? At one point. Funeral home I used to work at over there. Rest in peace, brother Andrew, A-Dub, Nick's funeral home. I used to work with him and his family. Ray funeral home. I wasn't always a bad guy. You know what I mean? Growing up.
Most of the time, very few people are bad the whole time. You know.
Yes,
just
sir.
that they present a lot of opportunities to get into trouble.
Yes, sir. One of the first real jobs I had growing up, selling cemetery stones.
Oh, really?
And I could take you past that property over there, still standing. Williams Family Monument Company.
Okay, I think I passed by there.
Yeah, my mentor, father figure, Michael Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yup. 18th of Susquehanna. Yep, that's how I got introduced to the Knicks family.
Let's walk around the front of this building here real quick and just take a look and see what is anything posted there. The city owned, the city sealed it. See, another thing we noticed, I just got back from Richmond, Virginia, and there's a lot of property in all the big cities. Not so much Richmond, but these would be great places for people to rehab properties.
Yeah, I mean,
like a homesteader.
Yeah, come on now, homelessness is big. I mean, not to say big, but it's an issue. It's a problem. We need to just try to do something. Right. You know what I mean? We can do something. It's in this space. It would
benefit the city all the way around. You know, for the people, and it would bring some more tax dollars in.
I mean, you look at that. If you ask me, that looks like a dump site. I mean,
yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Right next to a rec center.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mark, what's up, boy?
What's up, man?
Happy New Year to you, man. Everybody all right?
Yeah, you know, keep it simple. I ain't gonna complain.
Don't complain, man. Don't complain. We from North Philly. We don't make excuses, man. We make arrangements, right?
Yeah,
Take care of yourself, man. And others, all right?
as long as I could, man. Keep it good. I'm out here. I'm good, breathing good.
You the man. All right, peace, Lord. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you see, lot. I mean, it's just...
And it's not far from Broad Street. That's the crazy part about it.
Not at all.
Right now I'm at 17th and Oxford. That's kind of like they did phase 1, phase 2.
Okay.
So the neighborhood came up.
Yeah.
The only problem you got to be careful is that the taxes go up along with the.
Yeah. Same neighborhood to me. It's all North Philly. It's all the same neighborhood to me. You know what I mean? You know, when I was growing up, I called this the heart of North Philly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, he had some guys like, they say Strawberry Mansion, and, you know, that's like, man, this the heart of North. I'm like, y'all on the cusp. Y'all on the cusp of North Philly. This the heart right here, you know what I mean?
All right.
But
yeah, I used to live up Nicetown. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now.
Black Bottom, West Philly.
Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's all Philly to me, man.
Yeah,
It's all love, man, you know.
It's a beautiful city.
I traveled the whole city, you know what I mean? I ain't never really had no problems. I was always just, you know what I mean, that kind of guy that ain't really, whether I had my head down or whatever, ain't nothing really happened to me, just, you know what I mean, been in that little zone, you know, praise God, you know what I mean? Just, you know, a couple years back I did get shot around here in this neighborhood, but it was always, you know what I mean? It's terrible, but things of that nature.
Well, you survived.
Stuff happen. Oh, come on now.
There you go, you survived.
Come on now. That's right. That's right.
Anything else in the neighborhood that you think would be good to look at?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. We can keep it moving. Yeah, we walk back down. Swing back around.
Yeah, the funeral home's been here for what?
I don't know the ages, man. I really couldn't tell you, man. As much as I like history, I really couldn't tell you the age on that, man. But these are black businesses that's been here since I can remember. You know, some of the jokes was, hey, people dying to come see you. You know, in the funeral business.
It's one business that never lacking customers.
Yeah. When I was growing up, streets like this, it was bars on every corner. And you don't see none of that now. This was a bar. You know. What's up, brother? Right now, I'm trying to do, like I said, when I showed you that property right there, I mean, that little lot, and I want to do something. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can pull some people together and get it done. I haven't been knocking on no doors and been in nobody's ear about it, you know, but hopefully we can do that, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not against partnership or, you know what I mean, doing some things with people, man. We got to do this stuff, man. Somebody got to do it.
Right.
You know, it's got to get done.
Right, you're stepping up, so we'll back you up on that. I know a few people. I think it's a beautiful idea. I was looking up aquaponics the other day. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Another brother I know named Haru, he's a carpenter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's been actually helping fix the house.
Okay.
And that's something he's dreaming about doing too.
Yeah.
Aquaponics, hydroponics.
Buildings like this, I don't know how long these buildings been vacant. I know well over a decade or two. You know what I mean? Well over a decade or two. Right now I'm talking about I'm doing a food distribution piece near the mosque where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, it's a necessity. It's a necessity, man.
You're talking about number 12, right?
Yeah, mosque number 12. Yes, sir. Broad and Common, 2508 North Broad Street.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's a family I've had all onto my bosom. You know? Current, you know, still going strong. You know, how you doing, man? How you doing, bro? It's crazy. I mean, you know, stuff like this. Look, no dumping, 300 pounds, but you still see it. I mean, I ain't pointing the finger at nobody.
Well, it's good to point it out. Streets are collapsing, grass is piling up. So, you know, make that 311 call. Let the city know they got some trash waiting for them right here. There's no dumping sign.
I mean, sometimes in certain things it's kind of avoidable. I mean, like, I don't drive right now. I catch public transportation, but ever since I've been in this city, there was no public restrooms in the subway system. Sometimes, what you gonna do? Right. If you gotta go, I mean, it's like, dang, I gotta go. I mean, as a man,
right.
I mean, but you know, there's no excuse for it.
Right.
But I mean, some things it's like, what I'm gonna do?
Right. They're lacking in a lot of areas now.
Yeah.
Growing up, I'm a little older than you. Trash cans everywhere you needed to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Garbage, just do it in the trash can. It was there.
Yes, sir.
Now
yes,
you gotta look for that. You gotta look for the mailbox. You gotta look for quite a few things.
Yeah. A lot has changed. I mean, you normally you would see a lot of people out, but it's just cold right now. It's a cold season. It's very cold right now.
It's very bitter.
No, it's bitterly cold.
Bitterly cold. There you go.
It's bitterly cold, but yes, indeed, people are bitter, man. You know, and that's how we get those instances where you have people that's caught up, you know, at the hands of police, or just, you know, with each other. Right. Somebody stepping on somebody's feet, somebody stepping on each other's toes and things like that. You know. Yeah, man. It's just you see, it's a neighborhood it has a lot of potential. When I meet people, when I talk to them, and they say, you know, they might ask where I'm from, you know, or, you know, what you do. Nowadays I have something to say. You know what I mean? I normally be in circles and just be supporting something, and people will say, oh, so what do you do? You know, like, I don't really do nothing. You know, nowadays I can tell them a number of things. I'm kind of like an octopus nowadays. I got my hands in so many things, just trying. You know, it's just, you know, just getting involved, you know? And just doing it. You know, somebody might say, you know, what I'm trying to do is trying to do that. Well, I didn't try to put my clothes on this morning. I put my clothes on, you know what I mean? Got up and got out and, you know, fed myself or whatever it was I did, you know?
There's so many properties here.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of a little bit of money and hard work.
Yep.
And I think that would be something to give people a better stake in the community too. Mm-hmm. Now you have a home that you're trying to maintain and pay the bills on, and you don't want to lose that once you get a hold of it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, normally this was blocks and streets where people would be just, you know, engaged in community and just hanging out. I mean, because there's not that much to do in this neighborhood.
Coming down Cotty now.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking to take ownership of this.
Yeah, man. General order number 1, man. Real. Yeah. Man, when Harry called me, man, I was putting on the second layer of socks. I went to the corner store, got me a second layer of socks. Yeah. We could turn right here.
Okay.
Oh man, look, that's a beautiful shot of the church, right?
Okay.
It used to be an angel. Used to be an angel on the top of the church. It's inside of the church.
Okay.
Maybe one day we get inside. Pastor Renee let us inside. You can take a picture of that angel.
Nice.
Blowing a horn.
You know, so it would be good to get like a nice interview with them too. This
absolutely.
Church is world famous.
Absolutely.
And they sponsor a lot of good events. So.
Yeah. Actually, I talked to her the other day, and she was talking about how we're going to interact and engage with the parents of the youth that come out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Feed them, not feed them. And sometimes it sounds a little, when you say feed somebody, but, you know, we're going to, you know,
break bread
together and interact with their parents and see what kind of services they could benefit from, you know.
I think that's one thing that the black community lost, is the ability to really vibe with each other in a good manner.
Right. A lot of times when you asking people what's going on in their life, or, you know what I mean, some people are just a little, not shy, but you feel like, some people feel like you're prying into their personal life to ask them what's going on and asking them about getting help. You know what I mean? You know, some people, it's an embarrassment that, and I'm gonna be blunt, what slavery has done to us, the end result of it, you know, we're just people in a place of, and we're just here. I mean, when you have other nationalities who may be here, who have businesses, a lot of them, they get money and they have a place to send money back to.
Right.
We don't have nowhere a resource to send anything back to say that we have something of our own.
Exactly.
That goes right back to land ownership. We don't have nothing of our own to say, well, look, this is ours, we're going to take care of it. And a lot of times that's where you see neighborhoods in disarray. You see the trash and everything, the filth. They don't really have a pride to say, look, this is ours. You know, the understanding of what it is, to say this belongs to you. You know, and that's one of the powerful things the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us with the Muhammad's economic blueprint. buying something for ourselves. Get some land for yourself. You know, set yourself in heaven at once. At once, do it.
Okay.
You know, take charge of that post, man.
So let's put it this way: you can walk it down a block, and it's very neat. More than likely, it's full of homeowners, and they have like that interest in keeping their properties up as best they can, and neighborhood nice and neat, safe for their children.
Come on now.
But when you're just a renter, you might be there for a year if you're lucky.
Yes, sir.
And then you're moving on, so you don't have much of a stake in your neighborhood. So maybe you can fix some work on that too.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we had so many people around here who was doing some things when I was growing up. And like I told him, Harry, in my first interview with him, I didn't realize and understand the importance of what the direction that they really wanted to steer the youth into. You know what I mean? Had Miss Anna Ruth and you know, Michael Williams, who took me in as a youth. I used to, when he first got this business right here, cemetery stone business that was right here on the corner.
Right.
I was a youth, me and a couple other friends, we used to come. I was maybe about 12 years old. And he opened a business here, and he had, you know, would chase the little drug dealers off his property and stuff like that. When we were children, and we were hanging on the corner or whatever, after school or whatever, you know what I mean? He got so tired of chasing us away that he would welcome us into his business.
Oh, okay.
You know, and just so happened I was the one who actually lived on the street. And so after a while, he took me on this wing. He gave me a job. So I was doing cold calls, calling people. You know, calling people for him. Yeah, I mean, you know, and it was a beautiful opportunity. I had the chance to travel, coming to myself.
Okay.
You know, and he taught me how to, you know.
So he's kind of like a mentor.
Oh yeah, and he was a mentor. He was a father figure. You know, and so much more. He was a friend. You know, he's still dear to me. He's no longer with us among the living, but you know, he is living.
He still has that property over there?
No, I think the family sold it or whatever.
Okay. Because I see the sign still in the window.
Oh, that's, hey man, you know, and sometimes I come by, I might shed a tear or whatever, man, because that's, you know what I mean, that was me, man. Alaikum. How you feel? What's up, guy?
Yeah, I'm
good.
Everything good.
You know how we do. What's up, boy? All right, check it out. All right. Yeah, I'm chilling. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. So, at the end of the day, it's about, hey, how you doing, sister? All right, I'm well. Let me share something with you. How everybody doing?
Everybody okay?
That's good. How was your New Year?
Oh, it was good. God blessed me with an apartment for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up.
I've been homeless for 3 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. You go home to your family now?
Yeah, everybody go see what I do there.
Oh, for real?
Because my mom got my daughter.
Oh, yeah? That's what's up. So you got some food?
Yeah.
Got some pot.
Thank you.
That's a squash pot.
I ain't never had one. It's good.
Where you at?
Well, my apartment was 17.5 again. I'm coming from cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah, but my mom right up the street.
Okay, that's what's up.
You from around here?
Yeah, I grew up right here.
For her? Yeah. It's nice and rain. My mom just moved around here too.
It's getting better. Yeah. What's your name? Kia. I'm Jesse. Yeah. Take care of yourself, kid.
All right.
Take care of the little one.
Okay, thank you.
Man, huh?
And happy New Year.
You too, kid. Hey, brother. Hey, what's up, Black? I'm Chili Mosh. You know how we do. What's up with you? What you doing?
Right? It's coming out.
Chilling out, man?
Sure. Everything all right with you?
Yeah. I was just telling my man we was gonna film. You don't mind me on camera, do you?
No, I ain't got no
Yeah. It's our brother Boo.
Yes. How you doing?
Yes, sir. We just around just talking about the neighborhood and everything, how it's changing. Try to do some things for the better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's
I know.
a good thing, man. I'm proud of you.
Oh man, I ain't proud of me. I ain't doing
I
it.
am proud. No, I'm proud of what you're doing.
Talking.
Yes. Very
Talking
much.
and
That's all
talking
you
and
did all your life
And
anyway.
it's finally
I
coming
watched
down,
it since
huh?
you was a little kid. Yeah.
That's finally coming down. I see. What's up, Rob?
Brothers. Listen, you be good, all right, cuz?
You be better.
All right. You know I am.
Oh man, you already know.
You need to read something.
All right, man. Yes, sir. One love, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. all these businesses down here. How you doing, sister? All right. Yeah, standing man. First man cut my hair, cut over there. Cut my hair over there. And you know what's funny? I had a head full of dreads maybe 2 years ago. And one day I just said, man, I'm gonna get a haircut. And I called him. I called the shop. I called him like, yo, anybody down there? He's like, no. I'm coming through to get a haircut. He's like, all right, come on. Like, you don't even know who this is. It don't even matter. Come on down. Yeah, but this building right here is sitting here and finally coming down. This building's been occupied for, I'll say, over 20 years. Over 20 years. When I was growing up, I don't even know what it was. It wasn't even up and running when I was, you know, really aware of what's going on in the neighborhood. It wasn't even doing nothing, just been sitting.
The sign looks like it says laundry, so it could have been a laundry maybe. What,
is that
30,
what it
40?
says? I can't even see what it says.
Yeah,
I see laundry.
Something about laundry and
Yeah.
probably store laundry. And
yeah, I see that. You can see the building on the other side of the Cleveland Street right there. That was the Susquehanna NAC office. It was like a community place where you could get maybe some services.
Resource center.
Resource center. Yeah. A couple of people that I remember. That's not around right now. You know what I mean? Brother Kenneth, Mr. Kenneth. Yeah. Hey. Brother Kenneth, he's no longer with us, but he was there a long time. They call him Fleet Bite. Yeah, Brother Kenneth, he was around. Miss Pittman used to be there, yup. Yeah.
What year did the projects go up? These buildings here, these projects,
these buildings,
right?
If I'm not mistaken, these buildings went up maybe 1990, I'll say 2, 3-ish, something like that.
Early
something
90s.
like that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I remember when they rolled these homes down the street, man. These were prefab homes. They rolled them in on tractor trailers.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's still standing, so I guess it was all right.
Yeah, still standing. Yep, still standing. Yeah.
Let's see what else we can look at.
Yeah. Cold stand in one spot. I don't know. I guess the next place, maybe we could take a ride or something like that. Hey, they just put a sign up on those buildings. They didn't have no sign. It says restaurant. See that? Actually, no. Let's walk through there because they put a lot of people out over there. They got gentrified. Yeah.
Easy like that, you know what I mean? Yes, most definitely I will. You know what I mean? Man, you know, anything else is irrelevant.
We're talking about the neighborhood and how things are changing. Like with this building right here, is very torn down. This building has been unoccupied for over 20 years. Now all of a sudden it's just coming down. Somebody's tearing it down. You know what I mean? Just
Well, you know that probably got a lot to do with temper too.
possibly. Yeah. So that's kind of the conversation that I'm having with them. Yeah, economy, economics is involved. Yes, ma'am.
It's only
yes,
about
ma'am.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They don't really care about the neighborhood, apparently.
Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
You go to, excuse my language, Caucasian neighborhood, and you get potholes and stuff like that in the street.
Yeah. They jump on the ASAP, huh?
Right away.
Come on now.
The next day.
Come on now.
Down here.
Come on now.
Hey, girl. And down here, I mean, in the hood, it's like that. They stay here for 3-4 months.
4 months, man. Like I said, that building's been unoccupied for over 20 years. Same shape, it's been falling over, leaning or whatever, you know what I mean?
Now they decided to do something.
Yeah, well, it did have a for sale sign on it, sporadically. Somebody slapped a for sale sign on it. Somebody was trying to do something. Somebody was trying to do something.
Somebody bought it then.
Yeah, somebody probably did buy it after a while, right now. Yep.
Bless you, baby.
Bless you too, sister. Bless you too. Likewise. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
When you got a nigga that ain't got...
Right behind you.
Mr. Rogers, this is Mr. Rogers' place right here.
Okay.
Yup, this is black owned. The family still possess it, as far as I know. I don't know. Yup.
Now you mentioned some people had been gentrified out.
Oh yeah, right around here, around the corner. Yup. And yeah, short notice. How y'all doing? All right. Short notice too, from what I understand.
Good.
Yeah, very short notice.
So those buildings that were taken, they became these projects here, or?
No. They didn't take them. They just told people they had to go or whatever. I don't know what it was. And as you see, there's a security. died that's been here, making sure nobody break in or come into the buildings, nothing like that. I mean, it was just very unfortunate. How, what was behind it, I don't know. I'm not in the know or nothing like that. I mean, it's just, the end result in itself is just very unfortunate.
So now, these houses, how old are they? Do you remember when they went up?
These are the same, this is the same part of this
same
right
thing.
here. Like I said, they just slapped a sign on that. It's something, I think it might be something different, but same time frame.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same timetable, early 90s when these houses came about, because a lot of this was vacant. When I was growing up, these were vacant houses. Over here you had some that was very, that were occupied.
Wait, where's it
Over
going
here, as a kid, as a child, I remember when they were rehabbing, redevelopment. We used to come home from school and we would play in these houses. Play a game called Chase. We pick two groups, you chase the other, and we capture each other. We played in these houses as they were fixing them up. All up and down Diamond Street and all of that stuff, you know. Not unbeknowing what they were doing at that particular time. They were fixing up those houses, you know what I mean? And,
my guess is that when PHA was offering people to buy the properties they stayed in, this might be the end result. You know, I'm seeing some like New Bloom signs on some of this.
I don't know if none of this stuff was for sale. Some of this, like right, these are single homes here. Those larger ones, those are apartments. But as you see, they're starting to fix them up now. But people were kicked out of these. Okay. People who lived in these homes for a certain amount for years at a time. Right. This is low income housing, but for some reason they just been kicked out. What they're doing right now with them, I don't know. Okay. You know what I mean? Or they fixing something up.
Yeah, they up to something.
Yeah, they're doing something. And the church hosted some meetings on gentrification, not connected to this, but when they were holding the meetings, I was getting the flyers, dropping them in these boxes like, look, come on out. You know what I mean? Y'all a part of it. This is something going voice y'all opinion, you know what I mean? It was too late, the ink was dry or whatever at that particular time.
Okay. Did you get much of a response from the people in the neighborhood? Did they
well,
come out?
Some people did. Well, at that particular time, what I heard was anybody who was like back on rent had to go immediately. People who were up on their rent, they had the opportunity to stay, so on and so forth. But as you can see, none of these, looks like none of them are occupied. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. You know, it's crazy. Maybe it's only about a dozen houses or whatever, but for whatever happened, whatever reason, I don't know.
Still, there's a dozen families affected by whatever happened.
Yes.
So. Yes. And if it happened here, it could be done again to somebody else.
No, it's not if. It is and will and still be done. And it's going on. It's ongoing. 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 I don't know what this, a couple years ago, this building was hosting grandparents who are parents, something like that. I forget what it was called. Grandparents who are parents. You know, right nowadays, the average grandparent is like in their 30s. I mean, it's crazy, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, grandparents who are parents, who are the parents or whatever, I know, for whatever reason, adopted or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the younger people fell off in age, so grandparents had to step in, do the best they could.
Yeah. Man, I think we should take a ride, go to that next place and keep going. I'm like frozen. I'm an icicle.
Thank goodness I got a little heat.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it a program, something open today? Wow. So maybe I can show you, take a picture of that angel that used to be up top with that trunk.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Why? Why it's here.
All right. We'll catch them next time.
Yeah, catch them another time.
Now, what's this building here?
This building here, this is an apartment building. One of the buildings I used to play in as a child.
Oh, okay.
It was like a row of buildings here that was like vacant when I was in my early, I was in the teen, maybe about 10 to 12 years old. Okay.
And
Huge buildings.
there's a lot of students in these properties.
Students are in most of these properties here, these brownstones and stuff like that are around here. Yeah. This actual building on the corner was a church-like. Used to be called Come to Jesus. I used to go to their summer camp there. One of my neighbors, Sister Delilah, I see her, I'm like, I give her a hug. I'm like, yeah, you know, I remember when you used to. Hey man, I show you a little hangout. We used to hang out around here, man. I was a bad guy. The guys, man, we just terrorized. Not terrorized, but we just did bad things. Growing up as a youth, that's what, you know what I mean? It's all gentrified around here.
So pretty much all this area is now students. A lot of it.
And it's funny that they had the audacity just to put on the building and say student housing, like you just, you know, discriminating who you gonna rent to. It's like crazy. Like how you just fix, you know, just to say that. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But that seems to be the standard.
This was the camp right here. We used to be in the basement doing things and stuff like that, man. It was just, you know, growing up, you know what I mean? It was just, and like I mentioned, I had a birthday the other day. Some people really don't celebrate birthdays or whatever. I mean, some people just celebrate just for the hell of it. But when I was growing up, man, celebration of life was it. We had a celebration of life festival right here. It was something we look forward to doing. You know what I mean? Father Paul Washington, Michael Washington, and their family, and so many others who interacted with them, and they just did it, man. You know, it was just beautiful, inspirational, man. It was just, man, I tell you, man, it's like air that I just wish I could breathe again, man.
I hear you. I understand.
You know what I mean?
Another property right here.
Yeah, yup. Crazy.
Trying to sell. Somebody picked this one up already.
Yeah, some of these homes are still, the families still living. You know what I mean? Families are still living. Yep. This right here is Fontaine Street, and I hung out right here. We used to basketball court we had right here. Police used to come snatch our rim off. You know what I mean? They want us hanging out.
I still see the board up
You
there.
know, you still see the board up there. You know? This right here was a well, when I was growing up, some Asians had this store here. Then it transferred over to some Latinos. Then like late 90s, no one had it. They were fixing up the building. I don't know what they're doing now, but you know. I had a homie died on this corner, got gunned down. You know. Yeah. My brother Harvey Pickens, he was gunned down. Yeah. I did a cemetery stone last year. I need to put it in the cemetery. I got it. I'm put it in. His birthday's in April, so hopefully, inshallah, I get it. Go out there, put it down. You know, let his family know it's there. You know what I mean? You know, I hung out in this corner, man. Grew up about a group of about maybe a dozen guys. Just imagine growing up about a dozen or more. You know. Dozen or more guys, man. We grew up here, man.
This is like about 1980 something or.
Now, mind you, when I grew up, when I was telling you about the cemetery stone place I grew up, that was one of our first real jobs. I grew up, they were selling drugs. Most of my friends, they were older than me. Now, mind you, I've been this size maybe about when I was 14. I was like this size right here. So just imagine a 14-year-old this size.
Right, big for your age, yeah.
Huh?
Big for your age, I guess.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I probably never really noticed it, but
okay.
Most of my friends were like 3 to 5 to 7 years older than me.
Okay.
So when I was just hitting high school, some of them were mostly getting out of high school or, you know, never really attended high school, but they were like kind of like grown. So my friends, they had cars, you know what I mean? They were, you know, selling drugs or whatever. And I was working at this, what I call this little store the money I would wait on every week to get in my pocket, they had in their pocket every day. Okay. You know what I mean? So they would go shopping. Like I said, we would hang out at the basketball court up there. You know, everybody wanted to get dressed and just hang out and be, you know, be something, you know, be somebody. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, man, they would go, come back with bags every day, shopping. Dang, I'm sitting here, I gotta wait for my money. And I wanted to hanging out with them. You know what I mean? And after a while, I was back and forth doing illegal activity. You know, I found myself back to a job. At times when I couldn't get a job, I found myself back to the streets. You know, and it was just a back and forth thing. Before you know it, I had many arrests, you know what I mean, for illegal activity and stuff like that, man, you know. Well, last time when I went upstate, in 2003, 2004, 3, something like that, and I wanted to tell the judge, you know what I mean, I was, you know what I mean, when I was getting sentenced, like, I found myself in a period when I was out of work and I just wanted to do for myself. I was in my mid-20s, you know what I mean, I'm just like, and when they, you know, they give you a little, do something you want to say for yourself, man, he just turned away and was like talking to the bailiff or something, and I was sitting there, he spilled my guts out, and it was like, and I forgot what I wanted to say. It was just like, damn, you know what I mean? He gave me a sentence like 15 to 30, and I was like, 15 to 30? I was like, and they hauled me away, and I could hear my lawyer still speaking on my behalf. 15 to 30? It was 15 to 30 months, you know, but I didn't know, nothing like that. I was like, it was my 3rd time getting arrested for selling drugs, and I was like, you know, in some places, you know, 3 strikes, man, just be the rest of your life, you know? But, you know, I was in jail for a couple of years, for like 2 years, like 18 months or something like that, you know what I mean? Just, you know, and just, after that, I was just, when I went in, I was like, man, I want to do something. You know, I want to do something where I want to give back in a way where, ongoing. I want to get with an organization that's always doing something positive, something like that. So when I got out, I volunteered with Eli Ife, that was across town on Germantown Avenue. I went volunteer over here with Miss Freddie, with Little Africa Plus, and little places I would go and volunteer and do something. And I went back. When I got out on parole, I was staying over top of the cemetery, Stone Place. Michael Williams, he was always in my corner. You know what I mean? He gave me the apartment upstairs, the efficiency. I worked at the store downstairs, you know what I mean? Things, and I was just, you know, just trying to do some things. I worked at night, waiting someplace way up 309. I would catch a train up there, no trains would run and come back, get a ride back, stuff like that. And this, you know, stuff never really panned out. And I really found an organization that was ongoing, you know what I mean? Doing something. And then, until like 7 years later, or it was 2 years ago, when I just said, let me go to Mosque number 12 and see what they're about, see what they're doing. You know, and I found the opportunity to just, you know.
Kind of found yourself in a sense.
Yeah, well, I found the opportunity to do that. What I said, get with somebody who's doing it. You know what I mean? Ongoing. I mean, this is something that's been going on since the 30s, the early teens or whatever, you know. Or normally if I stood out here with a cop, I would think that was a cop car or something. No. Yep, man.
Okay.
But, that's right there. You see those lots, those cars parked in the lots?
Right.
When I was hanging out here, all that was fenced off. That was a garden. That was a garden. And for some odd reason, all of a sudden, now they put a house there. And some lots. They're putting some houses there. From behind this store all the way up into where that awning is, that was a garden. Miss Mary used to take care of that garden. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she claimed ownership or whatever and somebody sold it or whatever. I don't know how it happened, but that was the garden. This was a vacant building for many, many moons. I don't never remember what was here.
It looks like Temple Town, man.
Yeah, that corner house right there, that was a, it was a church. Somebody said it used to be a funeral parlor. We'll go around here and I'll show you up here. This is a church 2 years ago. This building. Now they just built a big old monstrosity of a building. There was a church right here.
Is this going to be an apartment building? Is that what it is?
What?
Or?
What?
No, the one that was a church.
I don't know what it is. You see where that yellow is? Broken out right there? Up the street. That was a church.
Okay.
That
Like
was a church.
to me.
Looks like it to me.